how's it going, everybody? Welcome to the podcast. Today I have with me Eustace, a heavy metal band from Virginia. How's it going, guys? Well, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having us, man.
Doing good.
Hell yeah. So, before we get started, give me a base rundown of who everybody is and what you guys do in the band.
My name's Nick. I do vocals.
I'm Varence. I play drums.
I'm Ezekiel. I play bass.
My name's Stu, and I play guitar.
Awesome. And you guys said you consider yourself heavy metal. How is it kind of moving around in that scene and getting set up for shows? Do you guys get discriminated a lot against, or is it more people are accepting?
When it comes down to like, we definitely try to book around like what we sound like, but we'll always be like the odd man out. Will always sound a little bit different than everybody else playing, because like how we mix and all of our influences and things like that. But I mean, it's never too bad. I mean, it's not a bad thing to be the different one. So we definitely have people who listen and, you know, rock with it.
For sure, and that's a big staple of being an alternative band or an alternative artist, is that you don't want to sound similar to everybody else. You want to have that uniqueness and that individuality.
And that seems to be what draws people in at those kinds of shows too. It really sort of sticks out.
Yeah, for sure, and that really it lets people connect, because a lot of alternative people, like people who live an alternative lifestyle, don't have people they can relate to, and they turn to bands.
Yeah, we've been lucky enough because we're trying, you know, with the scene, it's a smaller one, and you know, we've definitely like trying to build the army when it comes to like people who are similar and you know live the same way and things like that. So Richmond's a good scene, especially like for us, because we are always going to be in the underground. So
Okay, and I know we talked a little bit about it before we got started, but tell the people kind of how you guys met and what made you decide to form a band.
So I met Varence when we were like 6 or 7, and he played the drums, and I was never very good at instruments, so I figured if I wanted to stay around, I should learn how to do some vocals. Few years passed, you know, we actually like stuck to it and wanted to make a band. We were young, you know, 13, met up with Sawyer one summer, and that was it. We just been jamming ever since then with him. And then Ezekiel had gone to the same high school as all of us, so we needed a bass player. He fit the part, so we've been jamming with him since 2018. And we went under another name for a while, Black Acid Ritual, but just with like, you know, the sound changing, new people, figured we needed a new name.
Yeah, for sure. You anytime you get something new going on, it's always better to, I wouldn't say necessarily rebrand, because I know that can be a struggle. And kind of tell me about that. How was it rebranding? Did you lose a lot of fans? Did you gain a lot of new ones?
With the style that we were going for, we've definitely gotten like a more positive. It's been very positive with the reactions of people with the new music, because we were just a, you know, heavier, like you said, alternative band, but then we wanted to, you know, influences change, so we wanted to change the music up a little bit. So it's still developing. It's, you know, always going to be changing, especially with us, but like it wasn't difficult rebranding, you know, because we were still so fresh then, and this we could take more seriously with a new approach.
Okay. Tell me about some of the struggles in forming the band and getting everybody on board, or was it kind of like a smooth thing?
Luckily, we all love music, like with us being, you know, best friends so young, and all of us having a connection now or passion for music. Like it was just like we didn't do it. It was meant for it. So we just followed the direction. Struggling though. I mean, it's one thing, like, when you're an artist and you're a single person because you work on your time and things like that, but having 4 or 3 other people, you got to like all make sure you can get in one room at the same time.
We're all young guys, so there comes stuff with that too.
Yeah, work gets in the way, real life, all that, but with the music being so driven in us, it just makes its way.
Hell yeah. I mean, trust me, I know life gets in the way, man. I'm 28 and I got 6 kids. And I understand the struggle. But hell yeah, man. Tell me about how was it booking your first live show?
What was our
Our
first?
first show was December 2015.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember booking it. I think we just
We
got on it.
Yeah, I think we were on Facebook and we saw like a band opening, and just decided, I think it's time to go show them what we had. Luckily, it's like a pretty big, or like bigger place around here, so it was cool for that to be like our first show to play there.
Okay, and you said you're out in Virginia. Have you performed in any other states or anything like that outside of your home state?
North Carolina.
We did Greensboro in North Carolina. That's the farthest we went.
Okay,
We
2 hours from my house.
Nice.
Yeah. We haven't gone that far, but.
Okay, hey, that's no problem. Most bands don't make it out of their home state, so you guys are one step ahead.
We're definitely planning on like trying to get a tour together and go see some stuff.
Really looking into Maryland.
Okay.
It's definitely the next hot spot.
And so through your years, how many albums have you put out?
We just got the one, Resin, for now. Yeah.
And then the EP that's currently being mixed and mastered at the moment.
Which is an excellent time to ask. Tell me a little bit about that EP.
We have been playing the songs for a minute, so we really wanted to make sure that we went in there and like got it done, like had everything together. It was an awesome process. The guy that we recorded with, he's newer to recording bands, so it was an experience for him, experience for us. I'm excited for it. We did 6 songs.
Yeah, 6 songs of all new, fresh material, and then we're eventually going to release the first full-length album that's going to have a few of those songs and some others.
Okay, and how does recording in studio compare to practice on your own and performing at a live show?
Recording it's weird, because playing live, you're all together, you're all doing your thing, the energy's flowing. It's you mess up more when you're recording. It's weird.
There's weird pressure recording and playing live. Like they both of those things share the same, because people are watching you, and then if you fuck up, it's noticeable. Some people, there is a pressure.
Yeah, so you got to make sure you go in there and you get it done correctly.
Just band practice. If you fuck up, who cares? We'll just do it again.
Yeah,
and it's more fun. You can just.
I mean, live you can just kind of go crazy and let loose as long as you remember and everything. As long as you play well one time, it's fine. But in the studio, you got to run it over and over again until you get it right. And fortunately, I mean, when we went into the studio with all these songs, they were all primed and ready to go. So it was a fairly quick process.
Hell yeah. And so how do you guys compare to how you practiced when you originally started versus how you practice today?
When we first started, we were young. So like we were just imitating the bands that we liked. So kind of, I'm happy that we started so young, because we could like create, our images ourselves, like figure it out.
As we've grown older, we like really have come to know who we are as musicians individually. Like we all have our own style, and the way we like to play.
And we've always done it the same. We all come in here. Sawyer lays down a riff. Aaron sits the drums, and we it's just always been like that. Always a jam session. There's we try to keep it as raw and real as possible.
And speaking of that, what do you like as far as when you write your songs and when you compose your music? What is the first thing you base it off of, or do you just kind of finger around until you find something and go with that?
Yeah, we just come to the practice spot. Sawyer will have a couple riffs ready to go, and he'll just lay them down for us. It's all about feeling it. Like, it's as soon as he starts playing that riff, and that's the one. Like Varence, he knows what to do with it. And they work magic together. So it's like it's the one when you start feeling it. You really start going into it. It's always just been Sawyer lays down these incredible riffs, and we get to have our own kind of story to tell on them. So.
Yeah, I only come up with maybe one or two prepared pieces during like the week or two before practice. Every time we get together, and a lot of it is just what they turn into is just on the spot. It's just where it went while we were working on them.
Okay.
Yeah, nothing's really ever planned.
Hey, I understand that. I don't think any artist really plans for what they're gonna do. They just kind of, listen to the music and well, I should say, real artists listen to the music and let the music tell them what to do.
Exactly. Absolutely.
Who are some of you guys' when you were first starting out? Who were some of you guys' big influences? Because when I was young, I listened to like a lot of Lamb of God and Devil Wears Prada.
I was heavily raised off of like Pantera, like Southern rock, like real just doom metal, things like that. And we were lucky because we all had similar interests. Yeah, just being right. I think my first CD I had ever owned and listened to was Slipknot. So it was just always there. And
yeah, Korn, Slipknot,
Deftones,
a
lot of Deftones and Black Sabbath.
Yeah, a lot of Sabbath, a lot of Zeppelin.
Pantera. I don't know if anybody said that already.
Yeah, heavy on Pantera.
I feel like if you're in the rock industry, Zeppelin and Pantera are a necessity for you to know.
Yeah, that's the blueprint. That's the blueprint.
And then I feel recently with the new stuff, we sort of expanded out into more sort of like post-punk areas and some more new wave stuff. Just something that's maybe a little bit more dancey, but also can be really utilized in a heavy setting.
And that's completely understandable, because where you do want to have a fresh and unique style, you also want to be able to sell your records.
Absolutely.
How do you guys when you guys do set up for a show? How do you go about advertising and getting the audience you need to show up and show their support?
Social media is a big game changer with putting on shows. Like word of mouth is always going to exist, but with social media, it's helped a lot because there's been times where you post something out and they're like, oh, I didn't know you were going to be. Everybody's connected through that, so like having social media makes it a lot easier.
Definitely. I remember back in the day, if you wanted to get your name out, you'd have to print out. Before CDs, you'd have to print out your tapes and it moved on to CDs, and you sell them on the corner and stuff, and you would just show up to venues and hope people rock with your stuff. Nowadays,
like flyer back in the day.
Yeah, that's back when fucking artists really went and pushed. There's so many, like, now don't get me wrong, before I say this, disclaimer, I do not hate SoundCloud artists, but I'm a SoundCloud artist myself. But SoundCloud and YouTube, I feel, have made artists lazy.
Yeah, you don't have to push as hard. And then when it comes to that, because, a lot of people, like you said, they'll post a song, it does well. Getting shows like that makes it easier because they always want to see your portfolio. They want to see how you play. But yeah, like you said, nothing beats going out and like actually I think some of the best shows I've been to have been flyer based and things like that. But yeah, the internet has made it in a lazier way. Yeah.
Hey, nothing wrong with convenience, goddamn. But all right, all right. Oh, by the way, I like to let people know if it's legal in your state, you can do it on my show. All right. So
Cool.
yeah. So a lot of people get nervous. If you want to smoke, fucking smoke. If you want to drink,
Cool.
fucking drink. Do your thing. I want you to
Awesome.
be comfortable here. Okay, so you guys know I had an interview with Taysgreenlife, Taylor Moody. Um,
Yeah.
and she actually referred you guys to me. Can you tell me a little bit about how you met her and kind of what your relationship as far as, business and friendship is?
Taylor's a new acquaintance of ours. We actually met up with her. I did anyway after a show that we had out in Southside a few weeks ago, and I had actually noticed her Instagram profile and had been interested in her candle work and everything. So I just had gone over to buy some candles, and then we were talking about music and everything. And she knows a lot of bands like Three Piece, and was talking about doing promotions. She mentioned you, and just sort of started hitting it off. And I've been, helping her try and grow her business, push her business a little bit, and maybe there'll be some sort of collab in the future.
Music brings us together.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. I always like to ask the artist about the people that referred them.
Nice.
So where do you guys see yourself going? I would say within this next year and within the next 5 years.
Definitely going to focus on, the recording process.
We'll have a full length out by next year, I believe.
Absolutely.
Trying to get the tours and situated so we can travel, play some music, see some places we've never seen.
Yeah, once the EP comes out, put that on a format like some tapes or some CDs or something that we can actually give to people, and a little bit more merch to take with us. We'll definitely be putting that out and spreading it around to sort of build some hype for the full length.
Okay, and how do you guys feel about label heads and like signing to a label, or do you plan on being independent?
We're not opposed to it, I think maybe if the right deal came across us that we could all agree with and all felt comfortable with, and that made sense to us, then we wouldn't be all opposed to it. But I don't see anything wrong with rocking independent for now.
Yeah,
Seems to be the way to do it, just to get it out.
We love independent because, once you start getting, the buzz and those type of offers, it means that there is something there. So being independent is important, especially with just the ownage of music today is incredibly easy with how the internet is. You can post a song but not own a song, so it's important to just stay true to the music. So as long as it's music based and it's true, then it's good with us.
Hell yeah, I couldn't agree more. And I feel a lot of artists go into music labels and music deals without knowing what they're supposed to be looking
It's
for.
definitely it's you got to know what you're doing, because it's easy to work for music at that point.
Yeah. A good friend of mine told me one time. He said, "Run your business, don't work for it."
Yeah, exactly.
True.
Is there any labels that you have considered?
Housecore Records.
Housecore Records. That's the one that we're looking for right there.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
I don't know. We haven't really looked into labels,
There's a few that spring to mind that I could send a couple things out to, like Nuclear Blast, maybe just like the big ones, almost as like a joke, like, oh my God, they're never gonna pick this up, but you never know. I mean, Relapse has 1,000 bands on their roster right now. They don't turn anyone away.
Well, don't ever underestimate yourself, man. You guys got a good sound, and I think with just a little bit of pushing and a little bit of advertising, you guys could get up there, no problem.
Thank you.
Absolutely. That's the path we're on.
Hell yeah. So, should you go touring, would what countries or states would you be most excited to visit?
New York. I'm dying to go play in New York because like it being so close and like I mean everybody knows about New York. You see it in the movies all the time. You feel like you have to go there. So it just feels like so much is happening up there, and to see the city, to see all that, I'd be really excited to go there.
New York.
Like the desert.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. Repeat that.
I know. I'm sorry. I was wanting to play in like the deserts of California or Arizona or something.
Yeah.
You're talking about a sick ass video.
I mean, if we're talking about we get big, you know, Europe would be awesome.
Yeah,
Europe
definitely.
So cool.
Okay, and you know, overseas in Europe and in the UK, metal music is big. And how would you guys feel about like Norway?
Yeah, that's like it's a crazy scene. Like it's still so alive, and I think like trying to get their attention it's a smart move to play. Like it would be incredible to go over there and like show them what we got.
Really like to go to Japan.
Definitely go to Japan.
Hey, low key, I'm an anime fan, so I would love to go there. But believe it or not, we've been talking for almost our half hour. I know that it's probably felt quick, but we're coming toward the end, so I have a few closing questions. I've already asked you about your influences, so we'll skip over that one. When or who are some artists that you feel would benefit from this experience? Well, first off, let me ask: did you have a good time?
Exposure, Sifter, Miko Saga.
Yeah, Miko Saga, Marshall Family Values.
Oh yeah.
You know,
ones out there.
Asylum 213.
Asylum 213.
Hell yeah. Okay, and as you guys in the audience know, we will be contacting every single one of these bands. Anybody who is willing to support themselves, I'm willing to support. So be looking forward. Well, hopefully, fingers crossed, they'll say yes. But but I'll be contacting them all after this.
Cool.
So if you could meet one of your inspirations, who would you meet and why?
That's a good one. I'm going to say Phil and Somo just because it's at the top of my mind. I mean, that was the guy that like got me to like want to do vocals, take it like seriously, make it like a, not just a thing that you can do, but a thing that you can do.
Hell yeah.
Probably Jimi Hendrix.
Oh yeah, let me get that acid headband, goddamn.
Yeah. If we're talking dead people, then Jim Morrison also, Ian Curtis, just the people that shaped to bring words that mean something.
Hell yeah. I'm trying to think of what his name was. There was this excellent guitar player, and I'm willing to say he like borderline competed with Jimi Hendrix. Now, not many people can because Jimmy was a goddamn beast. But what was his name? It's like if I wasn't thinking about it, I could tell you. But yeah, man, it's always great to see people who have such deep inspirations, and even though not everybody's from your genre, doesn't mean that you can't pull inspiration from what they do.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm a big rap fan, so that is where we get a lot of our inspiration from too. So it's.
I was about to say I'd bring back Jimmy just as soon as I bring back ODB.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got about a minute and 20 seconds. So in that minute and 20 seconds, how do you feel about new age rock such as Fallen in Reverse and Bring Me the Horizon and bands like that versus old bands? Versus old bands.
Great production.
with a lot of the new stuff, you can tell it's genuine. So
Yeah.
as long as it's, as long as that's there, the passion for the music will always outshine just people making the music.
Exactly. It's not like it's it's not inarticulate. It's not like inauthentic or anything. Like I can tell it's real and that's what they want to make, and that's cool for them and everything. But I do think there are better things out there.
For sure, for sure. Okay, so before we get cut off here, we have less than 1 minute before it auto ends our call. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure you show this band some love. Eustace, they are out of Virginia. Thank you guys so much. I hope you had a good time, and I'm gonna call you back right after this. So, thank you guys so much, and if you guys had a good time, we're definitely reschedule.
Absolutely.